With the power vested in me by Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, I now call this meeting to order. To begin our meeting with inspiration, let us put ourselves first in the holy presence of God. Heavenly Father, we come before you with gratitude as we gather for this Toastmasters meeting. Thank you for this opportunity to grow, to learn, and to support one another in our journey of communication and leadership. Bless each speaker with confidence, clarity, and wisdom. Guide our evaluators to provide constructive feedback with encouragement. And may this meeting be filled with inspiration, respect, and camaraderie. We ask for your grace and guidance tonight. In your name we pray. Amen. All right. How are you, everyone? How's your evening? Join me to recite the Meycauayan, the Toastmasters promise. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to the club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mark, for displaying the video of Fibonacci. Tonight's meeting is about golden ratio, the beauty of nature defined by the Fibonacci pattern. Tonight, we'll explore and sail on an exciting journey exploring the golden ratio, a concept that beautifully connects mathematics, art, and nature. Known as the Fibonacci sequence, this pattern exists anywhere, as you can see on that video played earlier, from the spirals of the seashell to the petals of a sunflower, or any flower, even in the structure of galaxies. But beyond aesthetics, the golden ratio is also in communication and leadership, where balance, structure, and harmony shape the way we connect with others. Now, to explore more of the golden ratio, let me introduce to you our Toastmasters of the evening. This person is not only a dedicated leader, but also one of the most game, as I may say, and enthusiastic members of our club. Our current Area G3 Director, one of my inspiration in humorous speeches. He's the one who continues to inspire us in our club and support our Toastmasters community. Let's all welcome our Area G3 Director, Toastmaster Sedi Cortez. PM Sedi, the stage is yours.
Okay, so good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. And I am blessed to be the general evaluator of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. And this is one of the challenging role that I always get because I have to oversee all the role takers who will be going to not only to speak, but also who will evaluate with us today. And with that, I will, as a general evaluator, I am tasked to give my overall feedback with regards to our meeting. And I will be going to share our tag team. So starting with our language evaluator, Toastmaster John. Hi, Toastmaster Jan, as our language evaluator, can you share with us your role today, briefly?
You, Toastmaster City. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. So tonight, I am your language evaluator, and do we already have a sorry? Do we already have a technical term? I've seen it earlier on the PowerPoint. All right, there we go. So our word of the night is ecosphere. Its meaning is the parts of the universe habitable by living organisms. And as an example to this, when energy from the solar wind is exchanged into the space ecosphere that envelops the Earth, a significant disruption of the magnetosphere is known as a geomagnetic storm. Brooks 2024. Its reference is Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Back to you, Toastmaster Sid.
Okay, so thank you so much, Toastmaster John, for using our word of the day. And you may also, uh, of course, we encourage everyone to use our word of the night, ecosphere. Very scientific term for tonight. So we will find out how will our Toastmaster use that word. Okay, next is the counter emotion evaluation. Let us welcome our birthday girl, birthday lady, Toastmaster Liz.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for all the greetings and best, wishes for me. And I am the counter for the night, so I am reminding everyone to avoid saying as much as possible, and let's see if all of us can do that. So good luck, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Liz. And last but not the least, our timer. Let us welcome this our Vice President for Education, our first runner-up during the recently concluded Division G speech contest in evaluation. Let us welcome distinguished Toastmaster Mark.
Hello everyone, good evening, and I am your timer for tonight's meeting. Timing is in the beauty, and beauty is in the timing. So let me be conscious about that time you have allotted during the proceedings for your speeches and your role takings. So for our table topics, we will be having 1 to 2 minutes time allotment. For the prepared speeches, we will be having 5 to 7 minutes. And for the evaluation, we will be having 2 to 3 minutes. And all of them have an over-delivery tolerance of 30 seconds. So be aware of my colors on my background. So this green, when you reach a certain number of minutes, and then yellow to warn you that you need to wrap up your speech, and red, it means that you are on the edge of your time allocation. So that's my timing introduction. Back to you, General Evaluator Sedi.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. And that concludes my introduction as your general evaluator. And once again, I am excited to hear all of our speakers. And of course, how will our evaluators will be give so much rigid insights for their speeches. So I would like to return back the control to our club president, President Jeff.
Okay, so President Jeff, I think, has left already. Now, let me introduce to you our Toastmaster of the evening. So you know who our Toastmaster of the evening is. She's demure and cutesy and elegant in nature because she's soft-spoken. And tonight, she will give us another insight about the golden ratio and Fibonacci as it has been designed and defined in the nature and in the universe. We'll be more scientific and mathematical this time And to keep the ball rolling, let me introduce, or let's give it up to our Toastmaster of the evening, past area director, Armel Gutierrez.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Our meeting tonight is divided into three portions. First, we have the introduction. It is consist of table topics. The second one is the prepared speakers. Tonight, we have 4 astonishing prepared speakers. And the third one is the general evaluation, wherein some commendations and recommendations will be given to us by our general evaluator together with his team. Our topic or our theme for tonight is the golden ratio, the beauty of nature defined by Fibonacci pattern. I hope you watched the video a while ago because as I've watched it, I fell in love with the video and I appreciate the beauty of nature. I would like to share to you what our theme is all about. Once again, it is the golden ratio, the beauty of nature defined by the Fibonacci pattern. It is also known as the divine proportion or phi. It is a mathematical constant approximately equal to 1.61803398875. Do not worry about the numbers. In simple term, it only means that it starts with a simple number and then there is a series of the ongoing numbers. For example, the golden ratio is closely related to the Fibonacci sequence. It is a series of numbers in which each number is the sum of the 2 preceding numbers. It was discovered by Leonardo Pisano, who was nicknamed Fibonacci. It always starts with 0 and 1. And the next series is 1 because the sum of the 2 preceding numbers, 1 plus 0 equals 1. The next number is 2. Why? Because 1 plus 1 equals 2. Next is 3 because 2 plus 1 equals 3. 5 because 3 plus 2 equals 5. And then, and so on and so forth. You will be amazed because if you divide, for example, 21 by 13, the sum is 1.61. Try to divide 34 by 21, the sum is also 1.61. That is the magic of the golden ratio series of numbers. Did you know that you will appreciate the flowers and the petals because of our theme for tonight, the golden ratio of nature? As you can see, the flowers connotes a spiral form. That is what we call the spirals in nature. One of the most remarkable occurrences of the golden ratio in nature is seen in the formation of spirals, like the spirals formed in the flower rose, as well as sunflower and daisy. These spirals exhibits a consistent growth rate adhering closely to the golden ratio. The intricate and visually stunning arrangements in these nature formations captivate and inspire. See? Because of the simple series of numbers, it can be also connected to nature. Because always remember the spiral form. Next one, the branching trees or plant growth. In botany, the golden ratio is observed in the growth patterns of various plants and trees. As you can see, the uppermost portion of trees has more leaves, and then it goes smaller and smaller when you go to the bottom portion. Why is it so? Because the arrangement of leaves around the stem often follows a spiral pattern based on the golden ratio. The pattern allows each leaf to receive maximum sunlight and nutrients, optimizing the plant's growth. And the third one is that the seashells. This is what you've seen a while ago in the video. The spiral shapes of seashells, such as the Nautilus seashell, follow the golden ratio. Now that you have a simple introduction of what golden ratio is all about, let's connect it with our first part of our program, the table topics portion. It also has its own various instructions, structures, and forms that can help us to speak freely and also to stand on our own feet. Let me introduce to you our table topics master. She is a work-at-home mom who loves to bake banana cake and brownies. She is also a techie person who is enthusiastic and knowledgeable about technology, gaming, and innovations. She is the nanayista of Bulacan, Bulacan. Fellow Toastmasters, let us give a warm round of applause to Toastmaster Rose Paglia.
Hi. Welcome. Fellow Toastmasters, are you ready? It's time for table topics. Let's practice our impromptu speaking skills here tonight. Participating will help you with your listening, thinking, organizing, and decision-making skills. Here are the common patterns we can use later to help answer the topics about appreciating nature. So don't you worry. Whew, that's as far as I could go. I hope that you noticed I paused for the 0. Hi. Hi. Welcome. Fellow Toastmasters, 2 words, and then 3, are you ready? And then 5, it's time for table topics. 8, let's practice our impromptu speaking skills here tonight. 13, participating will help you with your listening, thinking, organizing, and decision-making skills. 13, and then 21, here are the common patterns we can use later to help answer the topics about appreciating nature. So don't you worry. Ha! So that's the Fibonacci code used in an introduction for table topics. Our timing is 1 to 2 minutes. Please make sure that you know the timer. Toastmaster John, right? So at 1 minute, he will light the green light, and 1 minute 30 seconds will be green. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Toastmaster Mark. Yes, our Vice President for Education. And then when you've hit the 2-minute mark, you will see the red color, and that will signify that you only have 30 seconds left to finish your speech. Now, these are easy questions. I will call on, I think everybody has a role. So let me call on our first participant. Let's see here. I'd like to ask Toastmaster Suki Lit, Toastmaster Lit, to start us with our table topics. All right. So this is the quote. I hope you can see it. Just this one at the bottom. Phi's ubiquity in nature clearly exceeds coincidence. This is a line from the Da Vinci Code from Dan Brown. So phi is all of those pictures that we saw earlier. So it says here, phi's ubiquity in nature clearly exceeds coincidence from the Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. Toastmaster Lit, whenever you're ready.
Good evening, everyone. Well, it's very interesting that tonight we have for our theme golden ratio. Actually, we don't know much about it, but not until tonight we are like very much invited into knowing so much about it. And since we have heard of Leonardo da Vinci, I was reminded of a quotation written by him. He said that mathematics is the language that defines the existence of the universe. That's what he said. Maybe those are not the exact words, but very similar to that. That's what Leonardo da Vinci said, that mathematics is the language that defines the universe. Actually, it's very, very hard to define the universe and even the things that we watched earlier, right? The sunflower, the petals of different flowers, the nautilus shell, and all that. And we can just say there is God. I mean, the more it made me believe that there is a creator, because we cannot just say that, oh, it's a coincidence. Oh, it's just like that. There's nothing like that. It's too good to be true. The things around us, nature itself, is so much, and we cannot just define all the beauty around us. And that makes us believe that there is a creator behind all this. And although we're trying tonight to explore the golden ratio, we know for a fact we just cannot really even go halfway learning about it. But let me just remind you, encourage you tonight that there is a God, our great creator, and we must believe in him and put our trust in him. If all the nature around us is just so beautiful and so diverse, and so it is every one of us. And we need Toastmasters to just help us become the better version of ourselves. Good evening.
Thank you so much to our table topics champion, Toastmaster Lit. Yes, I was really impressed. I could say that she is the quote queen because she always has a quote to back up your quote. That is a great technique, Toastmaster Lit. Thank you so much.
I have so much quotations on my brain, actually.
I don't think that would do you any harm to have too much quotations. Yes, and
that's my golden ratio. Thank you, Toastmaster Rose.
Thank you for delivering your speech, for participating, Toastmaster Lit. Now, I would like to ask, let's see here. Everyone has a role. So, can I call Toastmaster Mar for the second quote? Perfect. So the second quote that we have is, so this is from Leonardo himself, Leonardo Bonacci, the one who discovered the Fibonacci sequence. And it says, the five senses are the ministers of the soul. The five senses are the ministers of the soul. Toastmaster Mar, whenever you're ready.
Good evening, everybody. God, in his wisdom, has created different senses. Yes, the sense of seeing, hearing, smelling, touch, and of course, the greatest sense of all is the brain, the ability to think. Why? Because there is a diversity in God's creation. And I would like to really think that the the God who made us has really made and designed our body to cope up with different phenomenon, different conditions that, and we have different needs. Our body is a wondrous machine that is so amazing. Every part has its own function, and each function is a complement or a support to another. That is why our senses have been classified into five, because each sentence, each sense is complementing or supporting each other. In other words, one sense could be a compensation for whatever is an anomaly or a irregularity that may take place in uh, another. The we can sense that we have different senses because God enabled us to enjoy. We enjoy the sense of beauty of around us through our eyes. We enjoy different smells, different tastes for the food, and of course, everything is so diverse that God made it only five master senses. Thank you, and I return the control back to the table topics master.
Wonderful, Toastmaster Mar. Thank you so much. My takeaway from you is that we're given these senses so that we can enjoy more God's creation. Diba?
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, moving on to our third topic, I'd like to ask Toastmaster John. Let's give it a shot, Toastmaster John. All right, here is your topic. Nature uses as little as possible of anything. This is by Johannes Kepler. So, Johannes Kepler was actually the one who discovered the correlation of the Fibonacci sequence to the patterns in nature. Again, Toastmaster John, your topic is nature uses as little as possible of anything. Whenever you're ready.
Nature uses as little as possible of anything. I think this could also be related to some how humans gathers the energy in nature, such as the solar powered panels, and such. An additional example to this is on how we use water as how we gather or for it as a source of energy. Um, Everything and all of human needs are we can see it in nature, so that, and because of that, um the nature will become it will become possible. Nature will be a good source of anything, and anything is possible within the nature, just like a coconut tree. It also is other term is the tree of life. Um, there are many possible. There are many possibilities to that, to a coconut tree, and yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster John, for sharing. Yes, I do agree that the coconut tree is very useful to us. and it's something that can support us here in our ecosphere as someone who is living in the province with many coconut trees in my backyard as well. Toastmaster John, thank you so much once again. And I think we have time for one more. Toastmaster Mark, one more table topic speaker.
Yes.
Yapa. Can I ask Toastmaster Elise to share for us?
Hey, Rose. Are we not supposed to hear the quotation first? I mean, you are all mentioning mathematics here. My goodness. Okay, go ahead, all the way.
The mathematics side is just the introduction.
It was a blessing for me to finish my studies because of this mathematics. I mean, okay, go ahead.
Yes, we can't really escape math.
Wait, okay, go ahead.
All right. Master Elise, my topic for you is, this is by Albert Einstein. Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. I think this matches you, Toastmaster Elise. Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. Toastmaster Elise, whenever you're ready.
May I know who said that? I cannot read.
Albert Einstein.
Albert, okay.
Yes.
Albert Einstein. Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. Let me just open up my video here. Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. Oops, I lost the quotation, Rose. Where is that again? Let me see that once again. Yeah, okay, that's better. Look deep into nature and then you will understand everything better. Fellow Toastmasters, good evening. I do believe that Fibonacci pattern exists in all ecosphere, and that just listening within also would make you realize and discover the Fibonacci pattern of your life. Not everything that you have experienced actually, came up with a big bang at once. It was a pattern from the past. It was a pattern of habits, a pattern of characters, a pattern of attitudes. And life in itself is a Fibonacci pattern. You are a result of everything that you have thought of, you have decided on, and everything that you have made a choice or like made action with. And so, fellow Toastmasters, I would like to advocate and say to everyone that what you are now is a result of every decision that you have made each day in our lives. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, Rose, for that. I love the quotation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Elise, for participating. Yes, if we look deeply or compute deeply, we are the sum of everything that we have done in the past. Wonderful quote. Wonderful segue that you've made, Toastmaster Elise, for that. And that is the last of the participants that I will call, but I will show you the last quotation that I prepared for today. So by the universe is under no obligation to make sense to you, by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, I negate that.
So the universe doesn't have to make sense to us because our brains is just here. This is just as much as we can comprehend in the world. Anyway, now a more practical use of the phi or the golden ratio is in our ecosphere as Toastmasters, and you know that we have to look smart and be presentable to everyone. Now, these can work for ladies and for the guys as well. So if you want to find that perfect length of skirt, measure from your shoulder to the floor, okay? And from your shoulder to the floor, wearing your shoes, okay? And then you divide that by 1.618, the golden ratio number. When you get that, that is the perfect skirt length. Or if you want to wear shorts, if you're for the men, if you use the measurement from the floor to your waistline, I think the men can use this so that it will be the perfect waistline number. There you go. Just a practical use for us. And I will leave our table topics with this quote: "Beauty is simply reality seen with the eyes of love," by Rabindranath Tagore. Yes, actually, you can Toastmaster Mark, you can compute this at home first, and then yes, you can bring a tape measure when you go to your favorite clothing store. Thank you so much to all our participants, Toastmaster Lit, Toastmaster Mar, Toastmaster John, and Toastmaster Elite. This has been Rose, your Table Topics Master of the Evening. I now return the control to our adorable Toastmaster of the Evening, Toastmaster Armel.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rose. That was a mind-blowing table topic session. I hope all of you appreciated their wonderful sharings to all of us. Just snippets of their sharing from Toastmaster Lit. I love mathematics is the language that defines the universe. And also for Toastmaster Mar, the greatest sense of all is the brain. So always use our brain. For John, coconut is a tree of life. And for Toastmaster Elise, life in itself is a Fibonacci pattern because what you are now is the decision you made in your life. So the golden ratio is so much connected with all of us. And I would like to share to you, before the outright evaluator, I would just like to share to you on what golden ratio is all about. It is also connected with the human anatomy, the human body proportions. Earlier, Toastmaster Rose taught us on how to measure the proper length of the skirts for the ladies. Why? Because the golden ratio is so much connected with the human body proportions. Believe it or not, the golden ratio also appears in the human body. From the proportions of our fingers and limbs to the shape of our faces, the golden ratio can be found in various aspects of human anatomy. Artists and sculptors have historically used these ratios to create sculptures and paintings that are visually appealing and harmonious. And also we have the golden ratio in architecture. The application of the golden ratio in architecture is renowned for creating visually stunning and aesthetically pleasing structures. The ancient civilizations such as the Greeks and Egyptians incorporate the golden ratio into their architectural designs. Notable examples include the Parthenon in Athens, Greece, which showcases the golden ratio in its proportion. Now, let us see the golden ratio of how our outright evaluator can apply this to the evaluation of our table topic speakers. Let us give a warm round of applause to Toastmaster Rai De Jesus.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Is my audio audible? Toastmaster Ermel?
Yes, you are.
So I'd like to explore the beauty of spontaneous speaking through our table topic session, where our speakers navigated impromptu questions with creativity and confidence. Guided by our table topics master, let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Rose, for we witnessed an engaging session that is truly reflected the elegance of the Fibonacci sequence. It is organized, yet at the same time, it is unpredictable. And now let's appreciate our speakers and the unique approaches that as they approach the table topics for tonight. First, let's talk about Toastmaster Elite Modality. Toastmaster Elite demonstrated a quick thinking by redirecting an unfamiliar topic to a well-known tone. Her calm and steady voice made her speech easy to follow. To elevate her delivery, Toastmaster Link, you can harness the power of touch, allowing the British word mathematics was a fundamental aspect of life and works. Just an example, Toastmaster Link. To resonate deeply, additionally, Toastmaster Link, enhancing your voice variety by incorporating. I know that you have a soft voice. If you cannot make it louder, you can always use whisper as a technique to emphasize key points so you can create a dynamic impact in your delivery. Lastly, adjusting the camera angle for faster lift will allow us to see your expressive hand gesture, adding more depth to your speech. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Mario Vera. He exhibited an excellent command of the English language, making his speech clear and very articulate. A way to refine this delivery further is by incorporating vocal variety as well. For example, Toastmaster Mario, as you deliver the different senses earlier, with joy, the smell of the rose, and hear the roar of thunder, and we taste the sweet cupcake that we hate. Such variations can enrich the listening experience, and it will captivate your audience to Master Mark. And additionally, I suggest you really need to adjust your camera for a clear view of your eyes because we cannot see any connection because you are looking, I don't know if you are looking at your wall or window. So you really need to look at the pinhole of the camera so that people can really connect with you as you deliver your speech, especially we are using this with virtual platform. So you really need to do that post Mark so that you will be able to connect stronger with your audience. Our next speaker is Toastmaster John Israel. Toastmaster John Israel, thank you for participating in our table topics speech, table topics portion. You you have brought a soft, calming presence in your speech. You create a warm and inviting experience as well. Your command of the English language is commendable, and one way to leave a lasting impact by ending your speech with a strong call to action. Something like, for example, they use the coconut tree. For example, simple coconut tree is valuable in its entirety. In its entirety. Let's cherish and protect nature, for it is a gift. So there is a call to action at the end. So you will not just cut your message so that people can really connect and relate to the message that you are delivering. By doing so, you can solidify your message and it will inspire call to action among your listeners. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Elise. She had this relaxed and confident delivery. Especially, I love how she explained the word chicken with conviction. It was a standout moment. However, I would like to encourage her to fully embrace her confidence and not sound hesitant because she is already a strong speaker. A small technical adjustment would need to maintain Toastmaster Elise and eye contact with the pinhole as well. Rather than looking at your surrounding as you deliver your speech, which will create more engaging conviction with your audience. And of course, again, let's acknowledge Toastmaster Rose because she created interesting topics that is seamlessly connected to our theme for tonight, ensuring that each speaker had a thought-provoking challenge. Her relaxed and inviting presence as a host created a comfortable space for everyone to participate. Most expressively, she masterfully tied the theme into her closing remarks, making the session feel more complete and cohesive. Tonight, we witness how impromptu speaking is not just about responding, it is about critically, expressing confidently, and adapting seamlessly within our communicative ecosphere. As we continue to grow as a speaker, let us dare to embrace than expected. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Round of applause, please, to our outright evaluator, Toastmaster Rai. Thank you so much to your profound evaluation. And later on you will be evaluated by our general evaluator, Seti. How are you, fellow Toastmasters? I hope that you are learning everything about the golden ratio. We're done with the introduction portion of our program, the table topics. So let's relax a bit, stretch that shoulder of yours, your neck, like that. Now we're going to the prepared speakers, the second part of our program. But before that, let me share to you another presentation about, now this time let's go to music. Did you know that in music, we also have golden ratio? Even in the realm of music, the golden ratio finds its place. Musicians and composers have explored the application in composing melodies and structuring musical pieces. The proportions found in the musical compositions influenced by the golden ratio often evoke a sense of harmony and satisfaction for the listeners. Now, tonight, we will not be hearing music, but we will hear various emotions or inspirations from our prepared speakers. Let me introduce to you our first prepared speaker. His path is from the effective coaching. The level is 1.4, evaluation and feedback. The objective is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback received from the first speech. The speech is to be delivered via video recording. The time is from 5 to 7 minutes. The title is, What's the Point of? He is to be evaluated by Toastmaster Marley Biran. Fellow Toastmasters, let us please welcome Toastmaster Oscar Soriano. What's the point of? What's the point of Oscar Soriano?
Money, success, achievements, challenges. These are goals that we set for ourselves. Sometimes we achieve them, sometimes we don't. And sometimes they are inevitable. A group of friends and I gathered together one day for like a small talk and chit chat, just to update ourselves about what our lives have been. Just bonding moments. And in one of those conversations, we veered away from the usual topic and instead swerved into a topic that we all believed and agreed were preoccupying our minds for a while. Suddenly, the conversation turned a bit serious when I asked the question, what's the point in living? And the room was quiet. The room was tranquil, peaceful, and everybody was silent. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Our first friend asked the question, what's the point in being rich? Well, coming from him, he's the richest guy in our group, and he's the guy that can afford everything in life. He can send his kids to any school in the world, and he can buy his wife everything that she desires. In other words, he lives like a king. But despite all of these comforts, he confided to us that there's a certain emptiness within him that he is bothered about. It's a feeling that no matter how much money he has, there's no value that is being added to his pursuit of a better life. And we all agreed and told him that money or wealth does not make a man. He may live in comfort, but at the end of the day, it is the giving and the generosity that makes us fulfilled in life. The meaning of life is being able to pursue a life that is full of charity. And whenever the opportunity comes to put yourself in a situation when you provide to somebody, then that's the purpose of your life. Then the other friend asked, what is the point in being successful? Of course, he is already successful in his own right. He is at the pinnacle of his career, and there's nothing else in his career that he can desire. But why is he asking the question? It's because at the very top, and we all agreed, it could be very, very lonely. There's no one there except you. No one else to back you up when things go wrong. And then it came to me, and I said, well, in my case, I have some life challenges. I lost my husband. I lost my partner of 47 years, almost a year ago. And he left me with such good memories that coping with my life alone, by myself, is a struggle. And grief and pain sometimes triggers me to be lonely. And I cannot afford to be lonely if I have to move on with my life. And I ask the question, what is the point of living? And all of us bow our heads and pondered on what we've all heard. Sometimes we find ourselves in the crossroads of life, in the wild, finding our purpose in life. And we should always remember that the point of life is to create our own meaning. Life has challenges, of course, but by setting meaningful goals and enjoying the present, we build our own purpose that makes us happy. We must always focus on personal development, inner peace, and contributing to others. Bear in mind that meaning of life isn't found. It's made through how you live your life. And sometimes we put too much emphasis on the mundane things, on the material things, and we succumb to peer and family pressure. And we take for granted that the value of life is never weighed in gold and success. We also try sometimes to step back while there's a lot of opportunities for us to move forward and find the trail that can provide us with better opportunities in life. We must always think in terms of life is the destination. The journey is the process of enjoying every single memory, every single milestone that we come across in our lives. Life is short, and we should never always ask the question, what is the point of living? Good evening. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Round of applause, please, to Toastmaster Oscar. What's the point in living? A deep question given to us by Toastmaster Oscar. Well, you may answer it in your own words, but maybe what's the point of living is about, in my own opinion, the pursuit of happiness and also personal growth and giving meaningful relationship with the other people. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful speech to us tonight, Toastmaster Oscar. Now let's move on to our second speaker. Our second speaker, her pathway is in innovative planning. Level is 1.4 about evaluation and feedback. The objective is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback received from the first speech. The time is from 5 to 7 minutes. The title is The Harmony of Balance, Finding Fulfillment in Life and Branding. The evaluator is Toastmaster Lip. Let us all please give a warm round of applause to Toastmaster Rochelle Del Rosario. The Harmony of Balance, Finding Fulfillment in Life and Branding. Toastmaster Rochelle Del Rosario.
Have you ever stopped to appreciate the intricate beauty of a nature? From the petals of a flower to the branches of a tree, the natural world is full of patterns and proportions that inspire wonder. One of these patterns is the Fibonacci patterns, which is closely tied to the golden ratio. This mathematical concept, approximately equal to 1.618, is the key to understanding the harmony and balance that exists in nature. It's a reminder that beauty is not just about aesthetics, but also about proportion and balance. As someone who has spent years crafting brands for the online community, I can attest the power of balance in design. A well-designed logo, a harmonious color palette, and a clear message can make all the difference in creating a recognizable and beloved brand. But what I've come to realize is that balance is not just essential in branding. It's also a crucial in life. As I've worked on projects, I've seen the dangers of overwork and burnout. I've learned that taking care of oneself, nurturing relationships, and pursuing passions outside of work are essential to living a fulfilling life. Just as the golden ratio brings harmony to designs, balance brings harmony to our lives. When we prioritize our well-being, we become more creative, more productive, and more present in our daily lives. And speaking of being present, I'd like to share a funny story with you. Recently, I went to a restaurant and realized that my dress was the exact same pattern as the tablecloth. I mean, who needs a Fibonacci sequence when you have tablecloths and dresses, right? But in all seriousness, that moment made me realize how easy it is to get caught up in the details of our lives and forget about the bigger picture. It's a reminder that balance is not just about aesthetics. It's about finding harmony to all aspects of our lives. So what does this mean for us? It means being mindful of our priorities, setting boundaries, and making time for self-care. It means recognizing that our worth is not defined by our work alone, but by our relationships, our passions, and our contributions to the world. In conclusion, the golden ratio reminds us that beauty and harmony are not just about aesthetics, but about balance and proportion. As we strive to create balance in our lives, let us remember that fulfillment is not just about achieving success, but about living a life that is true to who we are. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
Applause, please, fellow Toastmasters, to Toastmaster Rochelle. What I've learned from your speech was branding is not all about logo or palette. It also means building relationships and fulfilling your passion. Thank you so much for your wonderful speech. And now let's go to our third speaker. Our third speaker, her pathways is from Presentation Mastery. The level is from 2.1, Understanding Your Communication Style. The objective is learn about different communication styles and identify your primary style. Time is from 5 to 7 minutes. The title is The Best Plan. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Juliet Kabatingan. Toastmasters, give a warm round of applause to Toastmaster Nikki Crisostomo. The Best Plan, Toastmaster Nikki Crisostomo.
Have you ever poured your entire soul, every bit of your commitment into a plan, only for everything to unfold in a complete opposite way, as if the universe itself conspired against you? Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Toastmasters and friends, good evening. As the eldest daughter among my siblings, I was raised to be the responsible one, the overachiever, and to embody every quality a good role model should have. You wouldn't want your younger siblings to do that, were the words I constantly heard all throughout my childhood. Because of those pressures, I poured my heart into being the best role model for my siblings. And one of the qualities I wanted to instill in them was the drive to be goal achievers. At just 10 years old, I had my entire life planned out. By then, I knew I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to fight for people's rights, to be an advocate for justice. I also mapped out on how to get there, from the grades I needed to achieve to the qualities I needed to develop, and of course, the school I should attend in college. At the age of 10, I set my eyes on studying at the University of the Philippines. Driven by this vision, I poured my heart and soul into my studies. Even in elementary school, I made it a habit to study and cultivate discipline. While other kids were playing outside their houses or taking their mandatory afternoon naps, I was inside our house, reading books to strengthen my comprehension skills. After class, and sometimes even on weekends, I trained for various contests, whether quiz bees, math competitions, journalism press conferences. I was always there, giving it my all. Fast forward to high school, and I began to notice the signs that there were things beyond my control. I was exposed to a much larger environment compared to elementary school, and this was also the time that when my parents separated. But I refused to let anything deter me from the goal I had set. I still had my eyes set at UP, and I wouldn't let anything to distract. So amidst family struggles and navigating puberty and adolescence, I kept pushing forward. I even challenged myself to try new extracurricular activities, joining the student council, continuing my love for writing with the student publication, and despite this super mahinhin voice, I trained to become a CAP officer. Despite the noise and chaos around me, I remained focused, studying with everything I had. I graduated high school, and it was finally time for the moment I had prepared for my entire life, the college admission season. Initially, I applied to only 3 universities: San Beda University, University of Santo Tomas, and of course, University of the Philippines. I received the results from Beda first, and I got in. A few weeks later, I got the news that I had also been accepted in the UST. But then the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and the world came to a screeching halt. My mom's events management business temporarily shut down, and she had to balance the family budget to sustain both our education and our basic needs. Entering BEDA or UST, therefore, became financially impossible. All I had left was my hope for you. The day the results arrived, I sat there holding my phone, waiting for the news. And when I opened it, I found that I didn't get in. I didn't know what to feel. At that moment, it seemed like all my sacrifices had been for nothing. What did I do wrong? Where did I fall short? Should I have read more books? Should I have joined endless extracurricular activities? What happened to my plan? What about my plan? Eventually, I found a university that fits within our budget and offered my dream program. Fast forward to today, I am in my last semester of college at Manuel L. Quezon University, and I'm just finishing my OJT and thesis, and hopefully by June, I will march to graduation. I realize now that if I hadn't studied at MLKU, maybe I wouldn't have the friends I hold so dear. Maybe I wouldn't have met Attorney Ace, who opened the doors of his law office for me and gave me a paralegal job despite having no experience at all. Maybe I wouldn't have met Attorney Kit, who saw my potential in legal writing and offered mentorship for my improvement. And most of all, maybe I wouldn't have met this version of myself, who is still a little bit obsessed with planning, but somehow learned how to grow with the flow of life. The truth is, my fellow Toastmasters and friends, sometimes we become so consumed with what we want to happen that we lose sight of how to simply let go and enjoy life. We become so controlling of our environment that we forget to breathe, to live in the moment. We plan everything, every detail. And when those plans don't unfold as we envision, we convince ourselves that the universe is conspiring against us. But as Catriona Gray wisely said, on your path, you are never denied, only redirected. So as we venture into 2025 and the years ahead, I hope we learn to accept that there are things beyond our control. Sometimes, what we really need to do is just to stop, step back, and enjoy the journey itself. It's not wrong to prepare for what's ahead, but we must also give ourselves permission to loosen our grip and be flexible with how things will unfold. My friends, in the coming days, let's learn how to grow with the flow of life. I don't know, but that sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? Back to you, our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much to our Beauty and Brains Toastmaster Nikki. Sometimes the best plan is not what we plan for, because it is given to us in the most unexpected way. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful story to all of us. And now let's move on with our fourth and last speaker. Her path is about the leadership development, Level is 2.1, managing time. The speech objective is to develop a 5 to 7 minutes speech on any topic. As you develop your speech, record the time required for each task in order to help you determine how you can improve your time and management strategies. The speech is to be delivered via video recording. The title is Last 2 Minutes. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Elise Doletas. Last 2 minutes, Toastmaster Maricris Sevillejo. Toastmaster Maricris Sevillejo, last 2 minutes.
Ah, I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I've got so much work to do, and honestly, I don't even know where to begin. It feels like the pressure is piling up, and I'll stop. That's me. Just 2 or 3 days before a deadline, completely stressed out. But here's the twist. Somehow, I always manage to get everything done right on the deadline day. You might think I'm some kind of a superwoman, but look, I'm just a procrastinator who somehow gets way more productive when the pressure hits. I'm sure some of you can relate to that feeling, but let me be real with you. While that last minute scramble might seem like it works, it's definitely not the healthiest way to get things done. It has its downsides. So today, I'm going to share with you topics why we procrastinate, some tips on how we break the habit, and so much more. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, did you know that the word procrastination comes from the Latin word procrastinare, which is a combination of pro, meaning forward, and castinus, meaning tomorrow. Procrastination essentially means putting things off until a future time, often due to habitual carelessness or just laziness. A research by therapist Anastasia Loughlin shows that people tend to prioritize short-term mood boosts over long-term goals. We're more likely to delay tasks that don't provide immediate rewards. As Loughlin says, our present self often values immediate gratification over the long-term goals. And honestly, I can totally relate to that. It's so easy to put up something that feels hard and unappealing, even if we know it's important. We want that quick win, that instant relief. But the truth is, if we keep avoiding the hard stuff, it only piles up and creates more stress. Aside from the quick wins, one of the biggest factors contributing to procrastination is the idea that we need to feel inspired or motivated to tackle tasks. We often think, I'll start when I'm in the right mood, or I'll root for that spark of inspiration. But here's the thing. Waiting for motivation to magically show up is like waiting for a bus who never comes. It just doesn't happen. Wow. How many of you have experienced one of these scenarios before? You've told yourself, I'll start working once I'm fully to resume, only to end up scrolling through social media for an hour or so instead. Or you've said, hi, I'll just stack at it tomorrow since I still have, 3 to 5 days to finish it? And then tomorrow comes and goes, the next day too, and before you know it, you're down to the last day, scrambling to get everything done. It's the classic, I'll start later mindset. And suddenly, later becomes a lot closer than we expected. Or you even said, let me grab some coffee or have a coffee break with my colleagues first. I'm sure it'll give me the boost I need to get started. But then that one coffee turns into a chat that lasts more than an hour. Before you know it, you've lost that energy boost and still haven't tackled any of your work. Maybe you even convince yourself that the perfect moment to start will come, only to realize that the perfect moment you're waiting for never shows up. Fellow Toastmasters, it's that trap we often fall into, thinking we need to feel a certain way before we get started. But the truth is, motivation doesn't always come first. Sometimes you've just got to start, even when you're not feeling it. Another research done by Zohar, Shimon, and Hen in 2019 classifies procrastinators into two types: the passive and the active procrastinator. The passive procrastinators are the one who delays their tasks because they struggle with decision making and taking action. It's more about feeling stuck or uncertain. While active procrastinators are the ones who delay their tasks on purpose, believing that working under pressure actually helps them feel more challenged and motivated. So which one are you? As for me, I just learned while preparing this speech that I'm an active procrastinator. Like I mentioned earlier, I get a rush of productivity and motivation when I'm under pressure. It seems to push me to get things done. But there's more. Others also categorize procrastinators based on different behavioral styles, like the perfectionist, the dreamer, the defier, the worrier, the crisis maker, and overdoer. Each style has its own way of delaying, but at the end of the day, procrastination shows up in many forms. Now you might be wondering if there's a way to stop procrastinating. Of course, according to Kendra Cherry's article, What is Procrastination? There are a number of different things you can do to fight procrastination and start getting things started on time. Consider this your procrastination exercises. Number one, make a to-do list. To help it keep you on track, consider placing a due date next to each item. Number two, take baby steps. Break down the items on your list into small, manageable steps so that your task doesn't seem overwhelming. The third one is recognizing the warning signs. Pay attention to any thoughts of procrastination and do your best to resist the urge. If you begin to think about procrastinating, force yourself to spend a few minutes working on your task. The fourth one is eliminating distraction. Ask yourself what pulls your attention away the most, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Thread, or the local news, and turn off those sources of distraction. And lastly, pat yourself on the back. When you finish an item on your to-do list on time, congratulate yourself and you reward yourself by indulging in something you find fun. Is it bad to be a procrastinator? Well, it's both yes and no. No, because we all procrastinate at some point. It's a pretty common thing. But yes, it can become a serious issue when it turns into a chronic procrastination. When it starts affecting your daily life, whether it's your work, relationships, or well-being. It's no longer just about poor time management. It becomes a way of life that needs attention. Fellow Toastmasters, there's really only one thing that beats procrastination, and that's taking action. Procrastination, taking action. Not tomorrow, not next week, not in the last 2 minutes before the deadline, but right now. What combats procrastination? Taking action. Back to you, Toastmasters of the Year.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chris. So what will you choose, procrastination or taking actions? We will not have that 5-minute break that you are wishing for because we will proceed immediately to the evaluation portion. Our general evaluator has gone a long way in his Toastmaster journey. From a regular Toastmaster member, he became our club president and now the Area G3 director. I witnessed how he blossomed from a shy, naive person to a confidently contestero by heart, representing Meycauayan Toastmasters Club in various speech categories in the area and division level. I know who I know all of you. I know that sorry, take two. I know that you know who am I talking about, none other than our current G3 area director, Toastmaster Sedi Cortez.
Thank you so much for that um, generous introduction, our past Division G Director, Armel. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. And once again, I will be your general evaluator for our meeting tonight. As your general evaluator, as I discussed a while ago, I will be giving um, insightful feedback, not only with the meeting, but with some of our speakers as well. And I have a team of prepared speech evaluators, table topics evaluator, and my tag team, the timer, a counter, and the grammarian. To start with our um, table topics evaluator, our outright evaluator, Toastmaster Rai. To Toastmaster Rai, what I appreciate with your evaluation was I really saw the eloquence and organization of your evaluation. You were very observant when you are dealing with your observations with the brave table topic speakers, and you were able to give your your recommendations as well, and those recommendations really fit with their deliveries of their table topic speech. What I just would like to suggest is, I know that you are on a different place, but you would consider improving the resolution of your camera so that we will be able to appreciate your um outright evalu top outright table topics table topics evaluation. But all in all, it was a great evaluation to our table topics speakers. And of course, to our Toastmaster Rose. Toastmaster Rose, congratulations for facilitating well the table topics portion. What I love to your introduction is you are so witty when you gave your introduction in a way that it adheres to our theme, which is the Fibonacci sequence, and you're very smart for doing that because not everyone can make that kind of introduction. And the topics were profound. I just would like to I just noticed that some of them were just for me who are who have no who have not that lots of vocabulary. I think we could have give a topic where the some of the words were not that highfalutin. But but all in all, the facilitation of table topic speech was very great, and thank you so much, Toastmaster Rose, for letting our table topic speakers be challenged with those topics. So after the table topics evaluation, let us now move forward with our with our with our prepared speech evaluation, starting with our first prepared speaker to evaluate Toastmaster Oscar. Let's welcome our first prepared speech evaluator, Toastmaster Mar Libiran.
Yes, good evening, and especially to you, Toastmaster Oscar. Yes, Toastmaster Oscar, your speech was loaded today. And as an adult who has really gone through life, I can appreciate every bit of what you say because they were the products of distilled experience that you have gone through life. And let me commend you on 3 points. First, I like your composition, introduction, body, and conclusion. Yes, I also love the way that in that kind of speech, you were able to inject a story, a narrative, like when you say, one day a group of friends gathered. So that has a story to it. And you made your speech different because there were a lot of motivational speakers nowadays, but your speech, you made it so personal to you. And of course, I like uh, I like your ending or the points that we can really pick up from you. Like life is we create life, and life is a journey, and because of that, we have to enjoy every moment of it. Now, how can that speech be turned into like a gold or a higher carat speech? First, uh, let me remind you, or let me cite the areas for improvement. Yes, in that kind of speech, of course, it was so one can be so glued in stories that you have to have a transition, like is speaker one, speaker two, speaker three, and your story seems like a straight to one with the first speaker, second speaker, third speaker. You see, you can observe that what can what did I say? Uh, the power of pauses, because in those transition from first speaker to second speaker, a pause can really serve as a transition. Okay, and second, your vocal, your temper dramatization, you can improve. Like when there is a transition from one speaker to another, maybe a movement side of the eyes or of the neck, even a very slight movement could have, oh, we are now dealing with a second or another speaker. And then the third one is, of course, the tempered dramatization that you can improve because, and the vocal variety, because you can louden, you can make loud the parts wherein you summarize a point, and there you can emphasize it up or you can emphasize it down. All in all, there's really a gold mine in your speech, what one can pick. And of course, I am I was able to pick a lot from your speech. Yes, congratulations, Master Oscar. You are really a good mentor. Yes, and I look forward to evaluating you once again. I return the control back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mar, for that insightful evaluation. What I appreciate to Toastmaster Mar is you really enjoyed giving evaluations with different speakers, and there is a balance of your commendations and recommendations. I just would like you to um, consider when we are giving recommendations is we have to be consistent to make our recommendations straightforward. So, say for example, when we are giving a recommendation, we should start with what is that particular area needed to be improved. So instead of starting your recommendation with some statements, you have to give first the what part of your recommendation. So what is the specific um, areas for improvement that Toastmasters Oscars, Toastmaster Oscar need to consider? But all in all, um, it's a very good evaluation. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mar, and congratulations to Toastmaster Oscar as well, because I felt how you were sentimental when you delivered, and the message, as what Toastmaster Mar said, the message were just a gold mine, and those takeaways are very timely when you said that we should not take away things for granted. So thank you so much for that message, Toastmaster Oscar. So let's give Toastmaster Moore and Toastmaster Oscar a round of applause. So moving forward to our second prepared speech evaluator to um to evaluate Toastmaster Rochelle. Let us welcome our second prepared speech evaluator, Toastmaster Lip Mabayan.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to evaluate our Toastmaster Rochelle at this time. And you guys knowing me, I usually use the name of the speaker as an acronym so I could evaluate that person. How I wish that Rochelle's name is only spelled like Rociel. So it's only made up of 6 letters, but Rochelle's name is made up of 8 letters, Rochelle. And I thought I would not really be able to fill in every letter. But then as I was listening to Toastmaster Rochelle, it wasn't hard for me to just put the right adjectives into every letter because her speech was really very interesting and very relevant to our theme for tonight, which is golden ratio. Toastmaster Rochelle, I'd like to commend you for sharing a message that's very relevant. And your title, The Harmony of Balance, is very inviting us to a life that is really harmonious. And so for the letter R, I felt that you were reaching out to us. You were trying to give us a good message, the message that we all need to hear at this time when everything is like so crazy and everything is complicated, but you are inviting us to a life of harmony. And in doing outstanding. And you were not just outstanding, you were courageous. I felt that courage in you to just give us a message that is really very, very meaningful. And as you were really trying to be courageous in your message, I would say that your voice was loud, your voice was clear, and that was really wonderful. We were able to listen well to your message. And because your voice was powerful enough, you were able to reach that H height. You were just that tall tonight. You were standing tall tonight. And your message was significant. And we just needed to hear that. You made us realize that balance is not just about the aesthetics that we all have around us, but balance is equivalent to harmony. And in life, if we lose harmony, like in a family, if there's no harmony, there's really chaos, there's trouble. And I would say that your message is really the message of the hour. And that is a message of an encourager. That's letter E, reaching out, outstanding, courage, height. You were an encourager and you were a leader. And we who have heard you could all say that you have leveled up, and your speech was excellent. There you have it, Rochelle. And to end my evaluation, I would like to mention that quotation of yours, being one with a tablecloth. Wow, that really was so plain. But personally, to me, it spoke a lot. That in life, we have to be one with a tablecloth. Because somehow, we think we know too much and we just can't be in close association with the world, or we are no longer in alignment with the things that people know. But being one with a tablecloth really spoke well to me, that we cannot but really be present. That's also what you said, be present. So I'd like us guys, everyone, especially Rochelle, I'd like to thank you, and I'd like everyone to take that as a takeaway, as a take home. Be present. Wherever you are, be present. So in the middle of all this golden ratio and all this Fibonacci pattern, let us not forget that as we look into a rose or into a sunflower, we really don't see the intricacy of it all, right? But we just simply see a rose, a sunflower, and I think that's the message that you have left us with, that in the middle of all this diversity and complexity, there is balance and harmony. And Rochelle, thank you so much for really making your message clear for everyone to hear. And if there's one thing I'd like to just tell you, that I would like to hear you next time to really put much of it, is the pausing. I think the other evaluators have mentioned that also, but pausing is very important. You have made a lot of beautiful quotations, you have shared us with a lot of beautiful thoughts, but if you practice pausing, the more it would leave an impact into our hearts. Congratulations, Rochelle. You were a beauty tonight. Thank you so much for your message.
Okay, thank you so much to Toastmaster Lit for that generous evaluation to Toastmaster Rochelle. What I appreciate to Toastmaster Lit's evaluation is she used her signature way of evaluating someone by using
The name.
abbreviations, and I love how you really understood the speech by just giving your own takeaways from that speech, and you are very conversational in terms of your evaluation. And if I will be the one who listened to research for that evaluation, I really felt your authenticity, and it will make me motivated to deliver more speeches in the future. So thank you so much for that enthusiasm, Toastmaster Deb. I just would like to for you to consider organizing your evaluation. You could make your evaluation condensed in a way that it will still be on time, and at the same time, I noticed that I thought that you will be ending your speech, but you injected a recommendation. So I felt like there is on the end, going to the end of your evaluation speech. So I thought you will be ending your speech. So you just have to consider organizing your evaluation and condensing it so that it will be brief and concise. But
Noted.
all in
Thank
all,
you.
it is
Thank you so much.
a um generous evaluation Toastmaster Lit. So congratulations to Toastmaster Lit and to Toastmaster Rochelle.
Thank you.
Moving to the third speaker, let us welcome to evaluate Toastmaster Nikki. Let us welcome our past president, Toastmaster Juliet.
Evening, fellow Toastmasters. Nikki, Congratulations for using your actual life experiences as a subject of your speech. That's really brave. So I commend you with that. And also with your eye contact and gestures and the appropriate use of words. Everything was in order. And the objective of your speech is to learn about different styles of communications. So have you learned anything? What's your style? Did you find it out? What's the style? I
I'm
did.
direct communicator po.
Okay. And I find it I found it a bit formal, and there's nothing wrong with that. When you deliver this speech, I find it like a formal style of speaking. Now, what is my recommendation? With your vocal variety, I think you can still improve, make it more lively, and always put a little bit of smile. You don't it's not because you're delivering your speech, your previous experiences, which is a bit not a success in a way. It's not a reason that you will not smile throughout the speech. So make it more lively. And think of it that you are in an ecosphere where you are trying to make the other living organisms more lively by initiating a pleasant atmosphere. Make it more enthusiastic, put more enthusiasm on your speech. That way, the audience will be more engaged in your speech. But overall, thank you for sharing a glimpse of your life story, and congratulations for delivering that speech. Overall, it was an outstanding one. Thank you. Back to you, GE Sedi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Juliet, for the very straightforward evaluation. To Toastmaster Juliet, I love how you really make your commendations and recommendation um, clear and very specific so that it will be very easy for Toastmaster Nikki to understand. I just would like you to consider, especially when we are giving uh, recommendations, you may state the reason why there is a need for Toastmaster Nikki, given that she is one of our new members of the club, why there is a need to improve on that area. Second, and then you may give a certain demonstration on how it could be done better. But all in all, it was a great speech evaluation and very rigid, straightforward Toastmaster Juliet. And to Toastmaster Diki, of course, thank you so much for sharing a glimpse of your story. And I am really, we are really inspired with your speech. And I appreciate your enunciation and your aura, as if you have an interest not only in public speaking but also in sharing us your story. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikki, for being I really see you just like a woman of substance with so much potential. So you just have to continue that kind of spirit, because um maybe in the next years to come, you will be able to represent us in a speech contest. There is so much potential in you. So congratulations, Toastmaster Nick. I just would like you to improve on given that your speech is very good, you may consider the gestures, because there were moments in your speech that requires gesture. But since we are in a virtual platform, while I understood that you will not be able to maximize it, but take that as an opportunity to deliver, to be full pack when you are delivering a speech. But all in all, speech, Toastmaster Nick. Congratulations, and we are looking forward for more speeches to come. So let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Juliet and to Toastmaster Nick. So moving forward to our last prepared speech evaluator to evaluate Toastmaster Marie Chris, let us welcome uh, Toastmaster Elise Delatas.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I hope Marquise would want to see this tape and hear the evaluation as well. I really knew it. I knew it. Marquise is going to be a potential speaker since the first time I heard of her. And with Chris deliveries and conveyance, I knew she is one special communicator. And there is some kind of magic in her that I hope I'm not the only one seeing it, but I knew everyone is seeing a potential in her. And I knew Meycauayan Toastmasters club is going to be great again with this kind of speakers, Nikki and Marie Chris, and among others. The speech is a perfect material for community. I mean, for seminar and community outreach, for educating communities, and there's some kind of conviction in there that she really went through the experience of procrastinating and how she was able to overcome it. And it was like a seminar, though. A lot of students could have benefited from this kind of speech. And, being a passive procrastinator and active procrastinator, I am entertained actually, Mary Chris. With your opening pa lang, if it was really theatrical, a vocal variety is exemplary. The tone, the pauses, the words being emphasized, the clarity, the exemplary pronunciation. What can I say, Mary Chris? Your gestures are obviously a sin. We can actually feel the gestures even if it's just an online meeting. And that is one dilemma every speaker, every Toastmaster has in being minimized in their deliveries, because this is an online meeting. And I suggest that the frame would not only be limited up to your neck, it would be good for you to include the up to your chest. The frame could be included up to your chest and even to your diaphragm. Okay. And the speaking space, I know you would be doing very good in a face-to-face meeting when you are going to be exposed in a speaking space. Personally, I knew it. You are going to be commendable, Mary Chris. Just only one thing, and you are also photogenic. You're very beautiful on screen. There's only one thing. It's just a pebble in your journey for championship, Mary Chris. There is this, your words kind of, it dwindles down in the last morpheme. It's the last suffix. You kind of swallow the last morpheme of your words, the last, when you say downsize, and we cannot hear it. Heighten and like strategy, we cannot hear the last morpheme. And so other than that, Chris, do not procrastinate in your next 3 levels pathway. More speeches, more pathways. 3 of that. Do not procrastinate, Chris. Congratulations. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Elise, for that energetic way of evaluating Toastmaster Marie Chris. And I also agree with Toastmaster Elise description on her evaluation with Toastmaster Marie Chris, full of enthusiasm, and she is definitely energetic. And I think there is a word um that circulates around the internet, the word sobrang Latina. That's her aura right now to Toastmaster Marquise. She is so fresh with in terms of her aesthetics, and I really enjoyed the key takeaway. Of course, we as Toastmasters, we should really not to procrastinate, but we have um to do our task now, and that is one way for us, not only in doing our speech projects, but also in our responsibilities as Toastmasters as well. So it was an enjoyable energetic evaluation. Congratulations, Toastmaster Elise and Toastmaster Mary Grace. And since we are now concluding the prepared speech evaluations, we are now moving forward with our um, evaluations from our functionaries, starting with our language evaluator. Let us welcome Toastmaster John Centeno.
All right. Once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. As the language evaluator for tonight, my role again is to observe and evaluate the use of language and and also the word of the night, while also identifying areas for improvement. And I was also on the lookout for both germs and gems, where gems highlight exceptional word choices and germs point out areas where grammar or word usage could be improved. Here are the list of those who use the word of the day, which is ecosphere. So first is Toastmaster Juliet and Toastmaster Rai. And the next one are the list of gems. Everyone actually used exceptional words and quotes that enhance the beauty of our speeches. Here are just a few that stood out. The first one is the quote, "Mathematics is the language that defines the existence of the universe." It is a very poetic quote. And then, beauty is not about aesthetic, but also about proportion and balance. And last is a powerful, I think is a powerful term or word, which is highfalutin, said by our general evaluator. And then for the germs, I do not actually have any on the list. Perhaps tonight's meeting was truly harmonious, just like a well-balanced ecosphere. Overall, today's meeting was rich in language, much like the Fibonacci sequence is rich in nature. Back to you, our general evaluator.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster John. May I ask if this is your first time to be a grammarian or a language evaluator?
Yeah, actually, this is the first time.
Yes, and of course, you really succeeded with the role. So congratulations, because you did not only give you are very generous when you gave the gems for this meeting. In spite of the theme is very scientific, and somehow we will not be able to pick up um some some words of wisdom, but you had a very good ears to observe those. So congratulations. And of course, as a language evaluator, even though you are a functionary, you still able to make your evaluation a mini speech. So it was organized. It has a introduction, body, and conclusion. So I am looking forward, Toastmaster John, for you to deliver more this kind of roles until you will become, of course, one of our Toastmaster of the evening. So congratulations, Toastmaster John. Next is our accounters report, our aspirative evaluator. Let us welcome Toastmaster Liz.
Good evening, everyone. So before I start, we do know before we do our role tonight, we know that each one of us reminds ourselves, no more us. So as the speaker speak and just pause dramatically and then says it anyway. So this is the numbers that I listed. So TM SEDI, you have very generous in saying you made 51. 51 us throughout our session tonight. And your body gestures, you keep on looking up too often, and then using your hand gestures too much. TM John, you say twice. TM Armel, just once. TM Mar, 7 us. TM, oh, I have 2 TM John here, sorry. So it's TM John said 12 us. TM Rai, 3 times. And TM Julie, twice. So I watched the speaker avoid saying it's like watching a fish trying to avoid water. Admirable effort, but inevitable failure. So good night and congratulations to those who didn't say any I admire you. And I hope this could be a good role model for all of us to avoid us next time. We are living in an ecosphere that we say, you know, to enjoy the wonders. But here in Toastmasters, we don't like that and we don't encourage. Good night, everyone, and thank you.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Liz, for being so observant, being our aspirative evaluator. And I'll just shut my mouth to avoid saying us. But I think having 51 us because I've been absent for so many months. So just divide it and you will know how us I incur during every meetings, because to be honest, I have I think 15, so at least it paid off. But congratulations, Toastmaster Liz, for being so observant. I just would like you to consider announcing those fellow Toastmasters don't have um, who don't have aspirative or crutches during the conduct of this meeting, so that they will be served as our example. But it was a great observation as our aspirative evaluator. Congratulations, Toastmaster Lee.
So much.
And last but not the least, to observe our time, let us call distinguished Toastmaster Mark Wilson Edrada.
Does the time allocation used in Toastmasters conform with the golden ratio? If you notice, table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. 1 and 2 are in the sequence of Fibonacci. Prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes. 5 is in Fibonacci. 7 and 5, the difference is 2, which is in Fibonacci. And evaluation has 2 to 3 minutes. 2 and 3 are in Fibonacci. So that is it's a thought-compelling question for all of us. But when we go on the list of reports of time being consumed by our fellow Toastmasters during their speaking in table topics, in prepared speeches, and in evaluations, there are fellow Toastmasters who went over time and who went within the allotted time. So let me congratulate first the ones who went within allotted time. First is for the table topic session. Toastmaster Lit and Toastmaster Mar delivered their speeches in less than 2.5 minutes. Toastmaster John and Toastmaster Elise delivered their speeches in less than 2 minutes for the table topics portion. The output evaluation of Toastmaster Rai is 5 minutes and 58 seconds, which is within allotted time, because for the table topics evaluations, he has allotted 6 minutes. And then for the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Oscar Toastmaster Rochelle and Toastmaster Nikki delivered their speeches within allotted time because they delivered their speeches in less than 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Toastmaster Chris delivered her speech for 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Now for the evaluation portion, Toastmaster Mar and Toastmaster Lit delivered their evaluations over time. They reached more than 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Toastmasters Elise, Juliet, John, and Liz delivered their speeches or their evaluations within allotted time because they did not reach the mark of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Fellow Toastmasters, as we live in this ecosphere, let us be mindful of the time because time is the only treasure that we commonly have. Back to you, General Evaluator Seni.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mark, for that wonderful timer evaluation. And I appreciate the organization of your mini speech. Even though it was long in the introduction, but still you were able to provide the time evaluation for our fellow Toastmasters. And of course, as what distinguished Toastmaster Mark said, we really have to be mindful of our time so that we will end our meeting on time. So, fellow Toastmasters and friends, that concludes the evaluation of our functionaries. And to give a general evaluation, of course, some of you know that I am a member of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, and this is my mother club. And just to give a honest evaluation, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club really set the bar high in terms of facilitating the meetings in a virtual manner. First is they are consistent with on how we start the meeting by having that video introduction. It it is giving an impression that we are really establishing quality in terms of our virtual meetings. Second, I appreciate how the members of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, especially the officers, are coordinated and uh, have the unity. Say, for example, when Toastmaster Jeff was not in the room, distinguished Toastmaster Mark take over. And that really says a lot on we are, how we move in a meeting without the need to ask someone who should introduce our Toastmaster of the evening. So that speaks a lot about our leadership in Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. And of course, I appreciate how our Vice President for Education ensures that we start on time because he anticipates by completing the role takers. And it really saves us so much time and it makes us efficient with our meetings. So that is one of the things that I am proud of as a Meycauayan Toastmasters Club member because these are the things that other clubs, especially the new ones, to be benchmarked on, especially when we want them to visit our meeting so that they could observe what are the things that they can learn from our meeting. So I am very proud to visit our meeting in spite of being so absent for a couple of months, but I really enjoyed this meeting tonight. And last but not the least, I will be going to evaluate our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Armel. So let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Armel for being so calm and a very, very good Toastmaster of the evening. Of course, Toastmaster Armel is not only generous in actions, generous in action. Sorry, as she is very generous in giving gifts, but she is very generous with her words as she introduced our every Toastmaster speakers who are given the opportunity to speak. When she gave her introduction about our team, I know that our team is very scientific or arithmetic, but she ensures that it will be appreciated by everybody by making it very profound and informative. And she is very generous in giving compliments, not because she just want to give compliments, but it really says a lot about her personality being so authentic and very kind Toastmaster. And all and if we observe her meekness or calmness when she introduced every speaker, but you will appreciate that there is an energy in spite of those calmness when she speaks. And I cannot say any kind of improvement because she really did well as our Toastmaster of the evening. So with that, let's give once again a round of applause to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Arnett. So fellow Toastmasters and friends, that concludes our general evaluation. I really enjoyed the meeting as a member of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Meycauayan Toastmasters Club always give not only profound themes but also challenging themes in a way that it will really tickle our mind, our brain. I only know the Fibonacci in some mathematical books, and now we are now using it as a theme. So congratulations and job well done, Meycauayan Toastmasters Club for this meeting. And I return the control now to our Vice President for Education, Toastmaster Mark Wilson Ebrada.
And I turn the control back to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Armel.
Thank you so much to our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Sedi, and also VP Education, Mark Edrada. Now to close our golden ratio theme for tonight. The golden ratio is a truly mesmerizing mathematical phenomenon that manifests itself in various aspects of nature, art, architecture, and music. Its presence in the natural world and the creations of humankind continues to inspire wonder and admiration. From the elegant spirals in sunflower to the majestic proportions of ancient architecture, the golden ratio stands as a testament to the beauty of mathematics and its profound impact on our perception of beauty and harmony. With this presentation, I hope to provide valuable insights into the enchanting world of the golden ratio in nature and beyond. As we unravel the mysteries behind this fascinating ratio, we discover the hidden symmetries and connections that underpin the aesthetics of our universe. This has been your Toastmaster of the evening. Now, this time, I would like to return the control to our VP Education, Toastmaster Mark Edrada.
Thank you, Toastmaster Armel. To our prepared speakers, you may now send your digital evaluation forms to your assigned evaluators. To the evaluators, you may now complete and send the digital evaluation form to your assigned speakers. Prepared speakers, please mark your speech projects as completed right after this meeting. Another individual achiever. Congratulations to Master Armel for completing the level 3 of Persuasive Influence path. Last February 15, the Meycauayan Toastmasters Club went to Luna, La Union for the Division G speech contests. The Meycauayan Toastmasters Club President Jeff and Vice President for Education Mark competed for the humorous speech and speech evaluation categories. Toastmasters Armel, Sedi, and Rai also partook of their respective roles in that event. In the concluding part of the contest, Jeff bagged the first place trophy for the humorous category, and Mark, on the other hand, got the second place trophy for the evaluation category. This is our list of our target level completers before the current Toastmaster term ends. The Meycauayan Toastmasters Club attained 27 education awards from different members. This in turn garnered the current term 2024 to 2025 the highest number of education awards for the past 15 years. The District 75 convention will be held on April 25 to 27 at Savoy Hotel Mactan Newtown in Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu. This will involve different learning sessions and seminars, network opportunities, parties, and the anticipated district-level speech contests. Visit the Toastmasters District 75 Conference 2025 official Facebook page for more details. For your flight reservation and accommodation, contact Toastmaster Liz. The 28-day book writing online course will start on March 1, 2025. It contains online lectures or online lecture videos that you may access 24/7. There will also be group coaching sessions once a month and unlimited individual email coaching for 1 year. To those who are interested to be a book author through the 28-day book writing online course, feel free to approach me. Turn on your microphones as we greet Toastmasters Liz and Nikki a happy birthday this February.
Happy birthday!
Birthday,
Happy
Nikki.
Happy
birthday,
birthday!
Master
Happy
Liz and
birthday,
Thank you
Nikki.
Liz. Happy
po.
birthday, Nikki.
Thank you po.
Feeling ko dumami tayo. Our next educational meeting will be on March 11, 2025 at 7 p.m. We will take a pause from the nose bleeding and brain twisting themes and temporarily shift to a relaxing one.
Salamat naman.
Yan ba yung ako, Temi?
The theme will be Let's Go to Disneyland, as we will be our own Disney princesses and Prince Charmings and apply these characters on our own leadership journey. This will be hosted by Toastmaster Elise as our Toastmaster for that evening.
It's okay if you want to take the role. It's okay with me. I can relax.
Kasi iba yung topic kasi sa akin na inassign. Akala ko yan. Okay, whew.
I can relax. It's okay, Mark.
This is
We
for
can actually assign it to Rose. I'm preparing for an exam, you know.
all right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We will have our prepared speeches and mentoring sessions on March 1 at 2 p.m. via Zoom. The weekend mentoring session is open to Meycauayan Toastmasters Club members. Ihanda ang mga sarili at ang mga talumpati sa darating na club level patimpalak sa wikang Filipino. 4 na kategorya ang ating paglalaban-labanan para sa nasabing patimpalak. Ang paksang panghapag, pagsusuri at pagpapahalaga, nakatatawang talumpati at ang pamukaw na talumpati. Ito ay isang paghahanda at pagsasanay sa maaaring dumating na inter-club patimpalak sa wikang Filipino sa Agosto. Gaganapin ang ating club level patimpalak pagkaraan ng District Convention 2025. Sa mga nagpapasya pang sumali, mangyari may pag-ugnayan lamang sa inyong lingkod, Mark Edrada. Brace yourselves for the upcoming themes this 2025. Some of these are relaxing and some of these are mind-boggling. Start researching about these themes. To our viewers on our social media platform, we invite you to join us to our regular educational meetings every second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 7 to 9:30 p.m. This is done online via Zoom. Admission is free, and follow us on our official social media accounts. For more personal and professional lessons about communication and leadership, Download the previous issues of the Toast, the official e-newsletter of Meycauayan Toastmasters Club. Download it for free by scanning the QR code at your screen. Mathematics is in nature. Mathematics is in your own self. And mathematics is in your own persona. Some of us may not like mathematics, but whether you like it or not, mathematics is an inevitable part of life. Mathematics is found in science, in economics, in sports, in arts, and in every area of our lives. We may not like it, but we don't have a choice but to embrace it. Fellow Toastmasters, see you next meeting. I am your Vice President for Education, Mark Edrada, and this is the family that rises and leads with competence and confidence. This is Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, and by the trust vested in me by the Meycauayan Toastmasters Club, and on behalf of President Jeff, I now call this meeting adjourned.